Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you might be coming from and watching our program this evening. It is 9:20 p.m. Eastern Time on the East Coast of the United States. Why am I coming on now? I should have come on earlier today. We had two good-sized earthquakes that have the potential to be very dangerous earthquakes. I first want to start over in the South America region, over in Argentina. Okay, let's take a look at that area right now. This is something we all need to pay attention to, guys. I'm serious about this. Okay, let's go to Argentina right now. Okay, right now we're looking at just off the northeast coast of Taiwan. We'll come back to that in just a minute. Okay, we'll be back to that in just a second. Now, let's go over here to Argentina first. Earthquake in Argentina hit at just after 5 a.m. this morning. At approximately 5:05 a.m. this morning Eastern Time in Argentina. Okay, this is a very large earthquake. This earthquake is a very large earthquake. It is in the west central part of Argentina. This is in what they call the Pampas, the agricultural region of Argentina. Let's zoom in here. I want to show you this. Okay. Yes, there are people that live in this region. There are some small towns further to the south. This is a 6.6, excuse me, I'm sorry, a 5.6 earthquake. This is a 5.6 earthquake. But what differentiates this from a large earthquake is this. This is a very deep earthquake. A very deep earthquake. Okay? This is some 588 kilometers deep. 588 kilometers deep. That's very deep. Okay? Now, I'm going to get back to deep earthquakes in just a minute, but I want to show you the depth to magnitude conversion chart here. That's what is going to make or break this earthquake. Okay? Let's go over here to 588 kilometers deep. This is in the third column over to from the left. Let's start off with 585. We are going to add a 1.17 to the magnitude of this earthquake. Remember, a 1.17 to the magnitude of this earthquake. Let's bring up the earthquake map again. Okay? This again was a 5.6 earthquake. But when we add a 1.17 to the magnitude, all of a sudden we come up with a 6.7 earthquake. A very strong 6.7 earthquake. Now, guys, I have reason to believe this may have been much larger. This may have been a much larger earthquake. USPS has this as a 5.6. This could have been as much as a 6.6 earthquake. This could have been as much as a 6.6 earthquake. Let's take a look at the data. I went to the back seismologist study page here and pulled up this data. Okay, right here. Okay, I'm sorry, this is Taiwan. That's Taiwan. Okay, I'm sorry. This earthquake being a 5.6 earthquake. Again, I looked at the data. This has every indication of being a much larger earthquake, possibly as large as a 6.6 earthquake. Regardless, this is still a very dangerous earthquake. I want to make that clear. This has a potential of being a 7.0 earthquake in the making. Okay? A 7.0 earthquake in the making. even as a 5.6 earthquake, because of the depth of the earthquake. Okay? Sometime within the next 3 to 10 days, this earthquake here in Argentina and in the entire region of this earthquake can level many towns, can level many cities throughout this region. Okay, a 7.0 earthquake could happen here in this region within the next 3 to 10 days. We expect this earthquake to happen within the next 3 to 10 days. As much as a 7.0 earthquake. Now, if all the backside seismologist study page showed that this could have been a 6.6 earthquake, then we would add a 1.17 to that earthquake, which would make this an 8.1 earthquake. I'm sorry, 8.7 earthquake. This coming earthquake that's going to happen within the next 3 to 10 days, could be as much as an 8.1 earthquake. Okay? Think about that. Sweet Polly Purebreds is asking, what is that in miles? It's 385 miles deep. 385 miles deep. All the calculations be damned. Whether it is a 5.6 earthquake, we add a 1.17 to this earthquake, all of a sudden this is going to be a 6.7, 7.0 earthquake that's going to be coming within the next 3 to 10 days. But if this is indeed a 6.6 earthquake, all bets are off. Then we are talking about at least a 7.7 to 8.0 earthquake. A 7.7 to an 8.0 earthquake. Okay? Guys, what I am saying now is everyone in the Argentina and Chilean region, even possibly going as far north as Bolivia and even Brazil, all of you here in South America, you need to prepare for a much larger earthquake in this region. Yes, it could go over into Chile. It could go over in the tops of the Andes Mountains. It could go as far north as Bolivia or even out here in Brazil. What I'm saying, this region needs to prepare for a major earthquake here in the next 3 to 10 days. 3 to 10 days, that's not very long. We're talking at least by Tuesday or Wednesday this next week of having at least a 7.0 earthquake and as much as an 8.0 earthquake in this region. That's huge. That's huge. Now, I want to talk about going over here to Taiwan. Taiwan was rocked all over the island today. Okay? This earthquake happened at 11:07 p.m. Taiwan time. Okay? 11:07 Saturday night Taiwan time. Now it's Sunday morning over there now. Or Sunday afternoon there now. But guys, they say the USGS is calling this a 6.6 earthquake. 6.6 earthquake. And they're only showing one aftershock. What a joke that is. One aftershock. 6.6 earthquake, guys, there's a problem here. This aftershock is a 4.5. Okay, that's still bad. One aftershock. Now, I want to go over to the EMSC map and show you what this earthquake really is. Okay? Okay. Now, we are showing two aftershocks, one of 4.5 and further out east into the Pacific Ocean. Actually, this is possibly over in the Philippine Sea. This is a 4.5 earthquake here, an aftershock. Okay. Again, this was at least a 6.6 earthquake. Okay. Now, let's go over to the backside seismology study page on this one. Okay. Right here. Yes, they show a 6.6 earthquake here. But guys, guess what? This was a much larger earthquake. I'm telling you right now, this was a much larger earthquake here. Okay? And guess what? Also, this was a shallow earthquake. This was a shallow earthquake. Unreal. This was 39 miles deep. Shallow earthquake. Mary Greeley said this was a deep earthquake. It was not. This was a shallow earthquake. Otherwise, if this had been a deep earthquake, this island would not just be shaking all up and down the island. Deep earthquakes don't do that, but shallow earthquakes do. That's why the entire island of Taiwan moved. That's why it moved. Let's take a look at the magnitudes here. Okay. Over on this top line, it says type of earthquake, amplitude, a period, a status, and a magnitude. We want us to pay attention to the magnitude of this earthquake, okay? I just enlarged this so you can see it. Here you're seeing a 5.72 earthquake. The seismographs in this area are putting out these numbers. 6.79, 6.07, 6.26, 6.37, 6.10, 6.96, 6.46, 6.16, 6.79, 7.0, 6.24, 6.70, 5.86, 6.56, 7.03, 6.27, and 6.81. Now, guys, there are over 120 stations, over 127 stations reporting. I couldn't possibly put all that information into this graph. Otherwise, it would be very, very thin and hard to put out in this program. But here you're seeing two seismographs recording 7.0 plus earthquakes. 7.0 plus earthquakes here. What I'm saying, this earthquake could possibly be as large as a 7.0. USGS has it as 6.6. This earthquake is at least a 7.0 earthquake. 7.0 earthquake here, guys. No joke. No joke. So around the world, in Taiwan, we possibly have had as large as a 7.0 earthquake today. Over in Argentina, a 5.66 earthquake was possibly as large as a 6.5. 6.5. The probability is this. Okay? Over in Taiwan, we are not going to have another large earthquake here in the very near future. Not going to happen. Occasionally, there's only a 30% chance of a possibility of a larger earthquake coming as from this earthquake. 30% possibility. I don't think it's going to happen. It hasn't happened in the last 4 years, 5 years. I don't think it's going to happen now. However, we go across the Pacific to the east, over here in Argentina. This being a deep quake, there is a very good possibility that we could see. There's a very good possibility that we could see a 6.7 to a 7.0 earthquake here in Argentina, Chile, Bolivia, or Brazil in the next 3 to 10 days. This is what I want to put out the warning about right now. Guys, this puts this region in a very precarious situation. For the most part, these people don't have a lot of money. Yes, in the largest regions of Argentina and Chile, they have money. But most of the people here do not. This earthquake that can happen and probably will happen within the next 3 to 10 days is going to be a very dangerous earthquake. Yes, buildings rattled in Taiwan during the night after this earthquake hit. There's no fatalities. But this earthquake here in Argentina, there are no fatalities right now. But there is a very good possibility that could happen. It could happen by Tuesday, if not by the end of the week. I want to put this out. I think it's important. Please pass this information on. This is important information. If you know people that are in Argentina, in Bolivia, in Chile, or Brazil, put this word out. They need to prepare for a much larger earthquake. This was a deep earthquake. Yes, people here in this region felt it. But as a result of this earthquake today, there is a very good possibility that we may see a major earthquake in this area very soon. We need to get the word out so they can prepare. This channel is all about emergency preparedness. We show you the details of information that's happening. We've talked a lot about earthquakes and we've talked a lot about flooding and even fires during the past week or so. Guys, this is going to be a very dangerous earthquake in this region. Pass this information along. If you have people on mission trips in this region, you need to get information to your missionaries. If you have politicians that are over here visiting, you need to get this information out. Okay? People's lives are in danger here. Okay? People's lives are in danger here. Trish Killian is in the chat saying, have you seen the most recent picture of the sun? Yes, I have. Okay? Unfortunately, I was not able to get a picture here to put it up on the chat. Or put it up here for you guys to see. There's a huge sunspot. A huge sunspot that is Earth facing. The sunspot has already increased the solar wind to 714 kilometers per second, the solar wind. Now, if that solar sunspot reacts and it erupts, we could get an M class, an S class, or even X class flare from the sun. Very realistically, within a matter of days. There's already been an M-class flare. There's already been an M-class 5.1 flare. Now we could get an X-class flare from this solar sunspot. Okay? When I get the information, I'll put it out here. I saw it earlier. But guys, you need to prepare. Sunspots and solar flares cause earthquakes. Okay? Causes earthquakes. Everybody needs to be aware of it. Aubrey's here in the chat. I want to apologize for not being available for a call. My phone did not tell me that you had called when you called, and I will hopefully try to call you tomorrow afternoon. Does anybody have any questions for me? Any questions? Okay. Yeah, I think Kathy Wayne says Ohio, USA area had a fast freeze event today. Guys, the entire northern tier of the United States got a fast freeze. Okay? Very bad cold front moved in. Not gonna lie to you. A very bad cold front moved in. That's going to continue through the eastern cotton picking seaboard, all the way to the coastline, up into Canada as well. Let's bring down the USGS map here of the US. Okay? We've had these cold fronts going through the northern interior states and even southern Canada. Over here in Ohio region, this whole area here. Okay? I'm going to take this back also to Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, all the way over here into Pennsylvania as well. All the way down here in Charleston, West Virginia. Over here into the northern part of North Carolina, Virginia. Up here into New York, Washington, Rhode Island, Massachusetts up here to the north here, all the way up here into Maine. You guys need to be aware of what's going on. Nova Scotia is also getting it, okay? They're getting heavy snow, very cold temperatures. I hope you guys have your heaters. I hope you have your warm clothes, including very heavy duty winter jackets and hats as well. Don't forget your hats. Okay? Now, unfortunately, I did not bring our Christmas presents up to show you. Trish and Rich Killian sent Carol and I a hand crocheted scarf and a hand crocheted knit cap. It's great. Great. We love it. Okay? Want to thank Trish and Rich Killian for that. It's awesome. Appreciate it. Okay? Really appreciate it. Trish, I know there's a lot going on. All you guys, I know there's a lot going on. I know we've been very busy with Christmas and such, and the new year coming up. There's still a lot happening. Okay? Yes, we will continue to come on the air to tell you about it. Okay? Now, I'm going to get off the air now so I can prepare for our Sunday school class tomorrow at 12:30. I invite you guys to also be a part of it. Okay? We're going to be talking about the Lord Jesus Christ and his mission here on this earth. 12:30 tomorrow afternoon, Eastern Time. Come follow me, the Savior said, on this channel. May God bless you. May God continue to be with us all. May God protect us all. Guys, I love you. I truly do love you very much. I wish you the best of nights. Get a lot of sleep and stay warm. God be with you until we meet again, guys. Take care. God bless. We'll see you soon.